in partnership by Mad Maps.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So sadly, everything's already set up for the most part. There may be a couple more things that I'll pull out of the truck, but the campsite's set up. We actually got stuck twice, and the last time it was pretty sketchy, so we were more focused on that and trying to get our campsite set up. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys what we got going on. And we are out here in the beautiful forest in Colorado Springs, and you can see a little bit behind me. I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera around so we can check this out. Alright guys, so this is the setup right here. Got the ZR2 with the Smitty built rooftop tent up here. We had to put the truck up on some rocks to level it out a little bit. I actually don't know where the dog seat cover is. Actually, I think it's in the closet at the apartment. So I took the cover from the rooftop tent, put it here, because she is absolutely dirty. She's like 100-pound plus dog, so she's not getting up in this tent anytime soon. Got the wife's shoes hanging up here. Check out the tent. There's JuJu. Say hey, JuJu. Hi. There's the wife. Say hey, wife. Yeah, you like camping so far? This is his first ever trip really outside of the house since it's been so cold. Got some snacks up here. Actually just warmed up some like chicken, shrimp, lo mein, hibachi, whatever you want to call it. We have 2 memory foam pillows up here and 2 regular pillows, a bunch of blankets, and then we actually have a heated blanket that we're going to run through this window into the truck and plug it in. I did the math, and if I did it correctly, the truck should be able to handle the heated blanket all night. And if for some reason it doesn't, I brought like one of those, here, I'll actually show you. I brought one of those jump start battery packs. I've had it for a while. I didn't buy it just for this, but I used this to jump a Silverado once, so I know it will work. But it should work. And then on top of that, I don't plan on using the heated blanket all night, just simply because from the videos that I've seen, once it gets hot, it gets too hot. So I don't know, we'll see. Say hi, Nala. Hi, Nala Bells. Here's the griddle. It's just a little next grill 2-burner. I don't know how the Blackstones work, but the legs on these fold up and it packs away into the truck super nicely. I do want to get a smaller propane tank and mount it on the rack, or maybe inside the truck. I don't know yet. But got that. Got now with bowls over here. And until I can actually get a actual fridge to put in the back of the truck, we're just using coolers. This is actually a friend's cooler that he's let me use, and it's actually really nice. It's a lifetime cooler, but it's really nice. This ice has been in here just one night, and I mean, it's still, still good. We got some bacon and sausage in here. I actually should probably put that further down in the ice. What I'm really excited about though is we got some pork taco meat. At the store, the pork is like $5, whereas the steak is like 11 or 12. So some extra water in the bottles, 2 jugs of water, and then there's actually orange juice down there. And one cool thing that I saw and that I decided to do, because we used to actually just put eggs in a Ziploc bag and then like in the shell and like stuff it with toilet paper or whatever. But I actually saw this guy, and it looks dark like this because it's already pre-seasoned, so that's another good thing. I saw this guy crack his eggs and put his eggs in a bag, season it like this, shake it up, do whatever, and then put it in a little container like this, just in case if it leaks. Also protects the bag from being popped. In the back of the truck, I have a basic toolkit, and then I have my tool bag with the hammers and more one-off tools, jack, firewood, brought some oil, and utensils for the griddle as well. And then some baby formula. We got the tortillas for the tacos tonight, some dog food, some extra diapers, some plates. We're also just kind of using this as a trash can right now, you know, just trying to keep everything out. I'll actually show you where we got stuck, and the camera never does it justice, but it was pretty bad. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is like really off camber. And my plan was to come up here and try to ride along this and then go down this trail. But this is really, really steep, and I really felt like we're about to tip. And we had the kids, and I was pressing my luck as it was. I really probably shouldn't be doing this with him, but so we got about here. As you can tell, we tore it up pretty good and started sliding into this tree. You can actually, right from pretty much here over, we dug it all out so we can get the truck out, but this was all like just tore up because I slid down and I was sliding sideways into this tree. And then the same Jeep guys actually came up here. They ran the winch through here, put the winch on my right hook so that they can pull the front of my truck away from the tree as I back down. And then whenever I got here, pulled out, turned around, got back here and started sliding again. Like, man, I wish that you guys could really tell. It never looks that bad. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. I didn't exaggerate that at all. This is insanely steep. Like, maybe this will kind of take for a reference. This knee is pretty bent. This leg is pretty much straight. Anyways, yeah, I started sliding again. Just had to slowly crawl, hit that little path, and that path took us back up. And so after that, we were pretty done. Didn't want to risk anything else, so we just pulled out, set up camp right here. One last thing that I will show you guys before we go. Cool little shoe holder here. Can you plug the light in? And then we also have the JBL speaker hanging up. Boom. So at night, we can still see if we got way. How bright is it? I just wanted to say thank you to Warren Lewis. He's also a ZR2 YouTuber out here in the Colorado Springs area. He's the one who told me about this area. I live further down towards Cheyenne Mountain, so I typically go out to those mountains down there. This is on the northern end of Colorado Springs. He didn't tell me specifically the spot, but he told me just to come out here. There's plenty of spots out here, and he thought that I would really like it. There's like no rocks out here at all, so did what I could. And the fire's also like in the snow, so I think it'll be fine. And everything around here is wet because of the melted snow. But yeah, we're over here roasting marshmallows. We got the baby turned around just so no ashes get in his face. Say hi, JuJu. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep, so we're just gonna enjoy the fire for the rest of the night. We got tacos to grill up here in a little bit before it gets too dark. And then tomorrow we're going to probably go down to that pond or whatever you want to call it and check that out and bring you guys along. So that's it for tonight. Beautiful out here though. You know, I was talking to my wife and I was like, I don't even drink coffee, but this makes me want a cup of coffee. And he makes me want a cup of coffee too. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Alright guys, what's up? It's the next morning. Next little sore. The bedding's better than nothing, but it could be better. I'm not really complaining. It's really more on my end to add some memory foam or something like that. Nala, she slept in the truck. She did perfectly fine. The truck's actually really warmer than the rooftop tent. And the heated blanket, I don't know, I'm gonna have to use it more. When the truck was on, so I have it to where my truck charges, like there's power going to the ports, even when the truck's off. But I don't know if it's just me, but it didn't seem like the blanket was working when the truck was off. But then whenever I turned the truck on, because I like idled it at one point throughout the night just to warm up the truck again for Nala, the blanket got really hot and it was amazing. But then whenever the truck turned off, it started getting pretty cold again. But me, the wife, and the baby, we're all fine. Maybe been a little cold last night, but we made it through using everybody's body heat. You can hear him up there actually. But I actually wanted to talk about this crazy story last night. So as I said, the tacos were for dinner and they're open, but they're still there. And it's 47 degrees, so I'm not too comfortable eating it, even though it sat outside. Reason being is I'm whipping everything out, getting ready to start cooking up some tacos. And well before that, my wife was like, "Do you hear that?" And we heard the sound of revving just over and over and over. And there's this little Kia Sportage that drove by earlier. And we're actually like, "Do you think they're going to get stuck?" Because they were heading towards the way that we got stuck. But they flew by. We couldn't really tell them anything. They had the music bumping. Lady walks up. I have a 6-month-old or something like that. They had a baby with them. And they were stuck. And they were trying to go for a hike. And she gave us the whole sob story. So I come back, talk to my wife, tell her that we have to help them. They have a kid and whatnot. So we go down there, we try to help them. My straps snap. And then we head back up the mountain because we're about to just drive her to some cell phone service to call somebody. And we actually run into some people out here. They ended up having straps. So then we head back down there. But the thing is they were on something. And they just weren't there fully. The guy, he just sat in the car the entire time while I was trying to work on getting his kid out and whatnot. He didn't do absolutely anything, which is a good thing, I guess, because he was they were drinking while I was trying to help him, and they were visibly on some kind of drugs. But he just kept on putting his 2 cents where it didn't need to be and making things a lot harder than what it needed to be. And then the guys that I actually got the straps from ended up coming out to help. All in all, I think it took 3 or 4 hours to get them out. It was pretty bad. My truck couldn't get the best traction because I started wearing down the trail to the ice, just spinning tires trying to get them out. What ended up actually working, and if you guys are in this situation and you don't have the winch quite yet, like how I don't, mine's on the way. What we ended up doing is we attached the front of her car to a tree that was up the hill, and tight. And then I got behind her car and pulled her, and so the tree prevented her from going for any further down. But the more and more I pulled, you know, that line wants to straighten out, so it ended up pulling her up onto the trail. And then we got to the point where we couldn't really keep doing that anymore, because it was pretty much as straight as it was going to get. And if we got anything, it was just going to be inches. And then we actually snapped one of the higher quality straps. So we didn't want to keep going, so we ended up having to dig her out and pushing her, and she eventually got out. And so once we got everything situated, then the guy got out again, and the whole time he was just saying stupid stuff. But then the guy got out again, fell down the hill because of how drunk he was, and then stood there forever just pissing in the snow. And then one of the ladies who were worse, for lack of better words, like you could really tell that she was really messed up, she just like randomly got in our truck, and of course my wife didn't like that, and scared Nala, and we have our baby in the back because we can't just leave him here. And then my wife's like, whoa, what are you doing? And then she's like, I have a baby, and expecting us to just let her do whatever she wanted to do, just hopping in our truck and just willy-nilly. And it was pretty bad. So I ended up hooking back up to her when she got onto the road, because I don't know if I said this, but she was in a ditch. And then I started backing up with my truck still hooked up to her, and I told her to just go nice and slow and easy, and we will make our way out. And what does she do? She floors it. She actually hits the front of my truck, and then almost hits it multiple times. She almost flew off the side of the road again because she just wasn't paying attention, flooring it. And it was bad. So we ended up getting back here at 10 o'clock at night. Had to reset up because we have a rooftop tent, so we can't just leave our setup here. So we had to reset up at 10 o'clock at night, and it was freezing. My boots were soaking wet. My pants were wet. They've been hanging up all night, and so you can tell like they were soaked. Whenever I was walking, water was swishing out of my toes, and I was freezing cold. Luckily JuJu slept the whole time, but once we got back, he woke up and he had a conniption. So, but now, you know what? It's just a story to tell. It's a memory to have. And at the end of the day, regardless of what kind of people they are, always try to help them, especially if they have a kid. And that's what we did. And if they didn't have a kid and they were doing all that crazy stuff, it may have been a different story. But I knew one way or another we were going to get them out, just depending on how long it took. But we're here. We slept pretty good. Beautiful sunrise. The sun's coming up. It's overcast today, so may not get the best views, but we're about to cook up some breakfast, some eggs, bacon, and sausage. All right, guys. So this is the frozen pond that I was talking about. There's a pretty dope cabin up there. Just overlooking it. And then there's a trail that runs around. And then I'm gonna bring you guys back over here. The water runs under the ice. Comes out here. Crystal clear water. It's beautiful. I brought out water as it is, so we don't need any water, but if you needed some water, this is that water that you would want to filter. Get that nice, pure, clean water. Nala over here, she thinks that she can just walk out on the ice because she can't tell the difference between the snow and the ice. But she would most definitely fall through, probably. I see it.
It's like stuck. Did it stop immediately?
And then just come up here to these boulders. Like, these boulders are massive. So this is one time zoom right here. And we got JuJu right here. Yeah, on the carrier in his bear suit. He's just living it up. Checking it out. Alright, we're going up. Look at Diamond next to this boulder. Holy cow. This is pretty steep too. Diamond likes to do yoga. And we were talking about how cool it would be for her to throw her yoga mat down on top of one of these rocks. Take some aesthetic photos. And she has the absolute best hiking shoes possible. Alright, I'm gonna pick you guys back up when we get to the top. I don't want to fall carrying JuJu. This is the view at the top of one of the boulders. You can see just everything. It's so beautiful out here. Nobody out here. I'm sure there's a way to get up to the top of those, but I think this is as far as we're gonna push it. With the kid. And now it's going. This is absolutely beautiful. Alright guys, so we just got done with our photo op. And we came down here and we actually found it's very small, but it's still a cool little waterfall. Right here.
I came up here on my van.
And she slipped.
And right here, I literally came this close.
Yeah. Nala loves Look at Nala. She loves the snow. Just absolutely beautiful country out here. And Nala's loving it. JuJu's loving it. The wife's loving it. I'm loving it. But I think it's time to head on back home.
Play some cards, and you caught up there. Catch it on the
Till then, I'll see you guys later.
You ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?